Right guys, long time no see. I've not made a video for 6 months, maybe even 7 months or something like that. I think the last video I made was before a race when I was having issues with my brake caliper. I had to retap the caliper. Yeah, that was shit. Don't really know why I haven't made another video since. Just been a bit lazy, really. Lots has gone on. Obviously, the race season's finished now. We're back in. Well, we're in 2018, and I last spoke to you in the summer or so of 2017. Season went reasonably all right. Had a lot of self-finding, or whatever you want to call it. I learned a lot about the car, I suppose. It was a bit of a test season, really. Not a test season, but a test year, I suppose. So I was running the 9-inch wheels with massive rubber 245s, I think they are. Running the new coilovers for the year. Generally just running a bit of new stuff. Anyway, I had a great time. Didn't win anything. Didn't really achieve much. Yeah, it wasn't brilliant. But it wasn't brilliant in terms of accolades and trophies and all that stuff. But it was good in. I'm starting to feel really good in the car. The car feels really good. I obviously bought my new seat and changed my driving position and pushed myself back a lot more, straightened my legs out, which for me was very important to do because being comfortable in the car, especially when you're doing longish races, 45 odd minute races, is very important. The last thing you want to do is be hunched up and uncomfortable, essentially, which is what I was. I was in a seat that was way too small for me. It was a little Recaro. Brilliant seat, lot of money's worth of seat, which I got for a bargain. Another story. But yeah, my driving position now is awesome, really happy with it. The only thing I'm going to change in the future, when one day funds allow, is I'm going to remove the gear shifter from the dash area, like on an EP3, and put it into a K-tuned or maybe a hybrid racing floor shifter version, using the DC5 cables, because it's just something I think I would prefer. Having the shifter there. I've seen a few videos of cars with it and it looks a more natural thing for me, and I think it looks pretty cool as well, but you know, we'll see what that is. It's not going to be cheap to do that. Be a good 600, maybe 700 quid to do that, which isn't an important job. I've got much bigger important jobs to be doing right now. As you can see, I've got loads of crap on the floor of the car at the moment. Let me just take you over here. The car has nothing in the arches. The rears are the same. At the moment, I don't know if you can see, but I've grinded all the underseal out of here, and all the crappy paint, and all the other stuff. And yeah, I'm just tidying the car up basically. They're going to be that's in primer at the moment. My job here today is going to spray it. I think it's silver. I think I've got, or some sort of non-offensive colour, just a nice sort of plain colour, just to keep the car really nice and tidy and clean. You can see if there's any leaks going on because it's not minging down there. It's going to be nice and clean, or relatively clean. I can just keep on top of it, so that's good. Oh, one big thing I've not mentioned, I'm in a completely different place now. I've got this massive, awesome hangar that I'm very nicely allowed to use to store the car. The car, which I've had for 4 or 5 years, has never lived inside, ever. It's always lived in a car park somewhere, rotting away on a driveway or wherever it was, under a cover, and this is massively changing my ability to do things, especially slow time. At the moment, the gearbox isn't in the car. I'll tell you why that isn't in there in a minute. But yeah, having this awesome garage here is amazing. There's some ramps down there. There's loads of tools and stuff I can use, and it's just a really awesome environment to be in. And yeah, it's nice and secure. I can bring all my tools in here. I don't have to hump and dump my tools everywhere all the time, which is, as you can imagine, pretty crap, especially when you've got a shitload of tools and all the other bits and pieces that go with it. So, massively happy with what's happening now in my car/racing life, or whatever you want to call it. Things are pretty smooth and good. Oh, and I only live 20 minutes away from here, which is fantastic. And work about 45 minutes away from here, so it's not the end of the world. It's good. Really good. Really, really happy with it. Anyway, back to the gearbox. So the last race of 2017 was the 6-hour Holly Burkett relay, which we did last year as a race team. We had, I think we have 5 cars this year in it. One of the cars blew his engine because he's changed into second gear instead of fourth. That's another EP3, chalky white. One of the lads' clutch went during the race, and my gearbox decided to just give up the ghost and end its life. I'll throw up some pictures in a minute of my findings of when I opened up the box, but essentially inside I don't know, I'm not massively au fait with gearboxes, but in my gearbox, there's like a sort of windage tray, like a plastic tray, a baffle, obviously stop the oil flapping around. For whatever reason, mine just disintegrated, melted, and it caused a lot of issues. As you can imagine, I couldn't change out of third gear, so it was stuck in third gear, and it just stunk. I don't really know what it's down to, but yeah, I've taken all that apart myself, investigated it, thinking I might fix it myself, but I have no experience with gearboxes in the slightest. So what I've done is I've bought a second-hand gearbox off my friend who had one, and I have basically going to use that as a bit of a donor box, because when I stripped out the gearbox, it looked like first gear was a bit goosed, and everything else looked alright, to be honest. It was just first gear looked a bit shite. So hopefully I'll swap that first gear out from the other box into that box, and then yeah, I've got a spare box, and all the bearings are going to get replaced and all that stuff. It's currently with Dan Webster up at HPE Automotive. I've got very good reviews from him. He's a massive Lotus bloke, and he throws K20s into Lotuses, and he does a very good job of doing it. I've not read a single bad thing about him, and he's a really nice bloke, top guy. I recommend checking him out. He also builds awesome 300 horsepower K20s, so maybe that's for the future. But yeah, so it's now January the 4th or 5th, so it's New Year, and I'm just slow time gonna sort the car out. I've got a few jobs I want to get done on the car. Like I say, I want to make it nice and clean and tidy. It's become a bit of a rat in the last few years, to be honest. It's always had a bit of a shonky paint job on it. When I bought it, it had a respray from black into some shade of white. It's not championship white, and it's not any normal white. I've tried to get it paint coated a few times, and they just can't get it right. So my plans before the gearbox blew up was to get a wrap on the car or to get it painted. But then the gearbox shit its pants, and I've obviously got to pay for that now, so that's taken a huge lump out of my budget for the wrapping or painting. But I had a little word with myself a few months ago and said I need to slow down with the cash flow. So I'm essentially going to take a bit of a break in 2018 from the actual racing. I'm still going to be building a car and stuff, but I'm going to take a break from the actual on-track stuff. I've got a bit of a good role now within the race car team, so I'm going to be sort of managing the guys out there on track and in the paddock, and just getting them in the right place at the right time. So I can concentrate on that and still be involved massively. I'm massively still involved. Just want to build the car nicely and right. I don't want to rush things and just throw thousands of pounds at it, because that's getting me nowhere, and I'm trying to pay off a bit of 2 years worth of racing on the credit card. Is a bit of a, as you can imagine, pretty fun to pay off. But yeah, I've still got big plans. It's going to get a wrap or a spray of some sort. Obviously the gearbox is going back in. I'm going to sort out the interior, respray it and all that sort of stuff. And apart from that, really, I'm going to throw a new set of windows in, because the windows that are in there at the moment are just scratched. They look shit. And if I'm doing a spray job in the car, I want it to look nice and decent. I don't want it to look like the dog and pig that it has become, sadly. But yeah, that's about it at the moment. I'm just tidying up, cleaning everything up, making it a nice car, a nice car. Ooh, I know what I've bought, but I'll show you pictures of that shortly. And yeah, I just wanted to make this video just a bit of a, I say a bit, it's nearly 10 minutes long now. Sorry about that. But yeah, just a bit of a roundup of the year, and show you what the direction is I'm going in, and that I'm still alive, I suppose, growing a bit of a beard. Probably have to go soon because it's shitty work. And yeah, so I will hopefully see you guys again soon. I want to start making videos again, because now I'm in a good environment. It's not difficult for me to do that anymore. And yeah, I just wanted to update you guys, and wish you all a happy new year, and apologies for filming this on my phone. I'm sort of moving around at the moment. I haven't got my cameras with me, so sorry about that. But yeah, happy new year, and I'll catch you at a race hopefully in 2018. First one at Alton Park in April, I think it's the 14th or something like that. Check out the Armed Forces Race Challenge website, and it'll tell you all the dates on there of where we're at and what we're doing. So until then, take care, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye-bye.